Welcome back to ESA Winter 2021. Well, we're going from one Mega Man to another Mega Man game. We've got Mega Man X 100% being run by Clipper very shortly. We are raising money here at ESA Winter 2021 for Alzheimer's Fonden. Links to donate can be found, of course, below that stream or in the chat. Yeah, we would like to thank our sponsors, Koei Tecmo Europe, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now, don't want to hold up any longer, so I'm going to throw it over to our runner Clipper and commentator Tiki. Take it away.
Hello. All right, let's just go ahead and get right into it. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, everybody. Hi, I'm Tiki. I'll be commentating Clipper's run. So, just hopping right into it, this is the intro stage. The main goal of this stage is kind of hold right. You do not have the dash boots yet, so you're just walking through this stage, mashing down a bunch of enemies, fighting 2 B mini-bosses, and getting through the level. So you'll see that this first B mini-boss is coming up. The idea here is to take a couple hits, get to the right side, and mash the Bs down. So first B down really well. It was a passive B, so Clipper actually took a little bit of damage there. So she's playing it safe on this one so that she survives. And she's passed the second one there, which is really good. She's left with 2 health, which is perfect for the amount of health you need at the end of the level. This is forced loss boss fight that's going to be at the end, which is why it's good to be at low health for the rest of the level. Yeah, normally, ideally you would get here with a bit more health, so you can get a strat called task cars, which is where you kind of like walk forward on forwards moving cars to save yourself close to a second, but if you don't get that, it's no big deal. And she's coming up on the end here. She's gonna have to kill 2 cars. Now Vile is dropping down. And since she has 2 health, or under 3 health technically, or 3 health or under technically, she's able to immediately get captured by Vile and advance to the cutscene. So that was a pretty good intro. It kind of went off without a hitch, and we're off to a pretty smooth start to this run. I'll use now to talk a little bit about the route that Clipper's choosing to do for this run. So she's going to do Chill Penguin first to get the dash boots, then Boomer Kuwanger second, and then Sting Chameleon third. And normally, you wouldn't be able to do Sting Chameleon third because you wouldn't be able to grab the heart with just boomerangs, but she's going to be doing what's called a phantom grab, which is basically when you pick up an item in your boomerang, the frame before another item is supposed to spawn. And instead of replacing the first item in the boomerang with nothing, it'll replace it with whatever item was supposed to spawn. And that's a trick that you can do to like kind of cheat your way into getting the heart tank from Chameleon early. And then that will give her the C Sting, Chameleon Sting, which is an extremely good weapon to have for the rest of the run. And it's also Storm Eagle's weakness. So overall, this route is going to save 8 to 12 seconds, generally speaking, over not doing this route. The alternative would be Eagle third, which would mean you would fight Eagle without the C Sting. And then you eventually get to Chameleon's heart normally. So anyway, pretty good first half of Chill Penguin stage. She now has the dash boots here. This is a nice smooth run so far over directly past the capsule. This is actually some of the hardest platforming in the game, I would say. Just this section from the capsule to the boss door in Chill Penguin. This is a really fun level in my opinion. It's actually one of the more challenging ones to do smoothly, and the boss fight although it's very RNG heavy and is the source of a lot of frustration for a lot of runners, I think it's a very cool fight because a lot of the RNG sort of challenges the runner to react to patterns in ways that are optimal. So each fight kind of looks pretty different when you're fighting Jill Penguin. You really don't want him to slide, and it looks like so far Clipper isn't getting slides, which is really, really nice. Okay, there's one, and I think that was only maybe 2 or 3 slides, so that was a really, really good fight for Clipper.
Had to sneak it in there.
Yeah, it's always a really annoying thing when you're on the last hit and then Penguin decides to slide, because there's like, that's just a pure time loss. Whereas like in other cases, if he's got more hits left, like you can be charging during that slide, so like it's still a time loss, but it's not like as bad as the full duration of the slide. But if it's the last hit, it really just sucks. Okay, so moving on to Kuwanger here. This stage involves a lot of vertical movement. And this is another one of the most challenging stages in the run. Perhaps like the most challenging. But it's early on, so people tend to get really, really solid at this one, even though it's a super challenging stage. So the elevator here is a bit of an auto-scroller. It might look like she's taking damage, but there's actually a glitch where if you jump up against these spikes and then wall jump without pressing pressing down anything on the D-pad, then you'll like get hit, but you won't actually take damage. So more vertical climbing here. She's coming up on the heart tank, which we like to call the Iceless Heart, because she's just gonna jump up here and grab it. Nice first try, Iceless. So that jump, if you know, there's anybody who's like played this game as a kid in the chat or anything like that, like if you saw that heart, you definitely tried to get it just by jumping like that. But it's actually very, very difficult to do. And now it's kind of become an integral part of the speed run. And at a top level like this, like where Clipper's at, it becomes really important to get it within 1 or 2 tries. So boss fight here, Kuwanger, you can always get him in the stun lock that Clipper had at the beginning of the fight. Nice fight. But he'll start teleporting. Well, it's random whether or not he starts teleporting. You're guaranteed 7 shots on him before he does, but after that, every shot he has a chance to start teleporting. If he starts teleporting, it's not really very much of a time loss at all, but it does sort of bring in some dynamics into the fight. Okay, so this is a pivotal part of the run that's coming up. This is the Phantom Grab, the first Phantom Grab that of the run, and the most important, because if you miss this one, you actually take a death. So she's going to farm for a drop here. Oh, an extra life is not actually a good drop for this, for a reason I'll explain in a sec. Then... she missed it.
The life threw me off a little bit, I think. Let's try again here. We have a life, though, so that's very important. Very, very important.
Yeah. So she's going to try again. She's going to farm a drop from this grasshopper. Ooh.
Oh no, dude.
A little too far left.
Yeah.
And down 1 life here. So this is a very difficult trick.
Too far to the right.
Ooh,
Man, I'm really dropping the ball here.
Well, this is a frame perfect trick.
It is.
So where you stop is frame perfect. So even the most consistent people at this, every now and then, they're gonna get into a slump just because of how precise it is.
Oh gosh, I don't think I've felt it this week since my D-Rust this much at least. At least we got a game over. That's important to note too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so game overing is going to reset her lives, and she's going to need to take some intentional deaths to get the Hadoken later. So having her lives reset is actually pretty important, so she won't have to farm for lives again. And...
Geez, you think I'd hit it by accident by now? I swear, dude.
I mean, this can just happen sometimes.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty nervous.
Yeah. Nerves are an issue for hitting something like this, and it's just hard.
Sometimes those blocks just clearly don't want to break.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. I actually don't even know how many times I've died now. I think twice.
Yeah, twice since the game over, so 2 lives. Farming for lives is not that big of a deal because there is an enemy later on that has a 50-50 chance of dropping lives if you farm.
Okay.
There it is. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
I bet we probably lost, what, 3 minutes? It's a very generous estimate for this reason exactly. We have 40 minutes, so should be okay.
Yeah. So this trick, this is definitely something that we just like wanted to showcase because this is kind of the top route, and it, you know, this is definitely a way to show like how hard this trick really is, and how far this game has kind of come to require tricks like that to be at really high level times. But yeah, so I think the life count is -2, so I think you're gonna have to find 2 lives.
Okay. We will do Eagle and Mammoth for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tiki.
Yeah. Alright, so she's through there. Now the rest of the stage is fairly straightforward. It's just a lot of platforming. There's going to be a section with mud where you can... It's pretty generous, but you can get stuck in the mud if you love your movement a little bit too much.
There's one.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Extra life, so now counts -1. So you're just going to have to find 1 extra one. Okay, and she's coming up on Sting Chameleon here. I like to think of like the rest of this stage as a bit of a break, like a little bit of a reward after the stress of going for the Phantom Grab. Because this boss fight, you kind of just walk back and forth, shoot boomerangs. It's very straightforward, no big deal. But then soon after this, she's going to be going for another Phantom Grab and Eagle.
Oh god, I forgot about that one.
Well, luckily this one is A, easier, and B, much less punishing if you miss it.
Chat likes this one way more though, it's way more flashy.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So if she gets it, she'll be trying to grab a platform in the boomerang, and the platform will get stuck in the boomerang, which will let her wall jump off of it a whole bunch and fly through the stage. So hopefully we'll get it. I'll be quiet for a second while she goes for it.
Nice.
That looks good to me. Alright, nice. So she's on the platform now. Every runner kind of has a different dance for like how they like to set up their wall jumps. Nice. But yeah, everybody has like their own way to ride this through the level. But the idea is that you get to all the way to the capsule with it, and it ends up saving about 13 to 15 seconds, something like that. I don't remember the exact time.
I think 15 sounds right.
Yeah. So this is one of the major reasons. Actually, not for doing Chameleon third, but for doing Boomer Kuwanger second. It's so that you get the boomerangs in order to be able to do this trick and the trick in Chameleon. And the reason you do Chameleon third is so that you have the Chameleon sting for the boss fight instead of the Buster. And what that does is it really reduces sort of the variance in the fight, because you only need to shoot him 11 times instead of 16, like you would with the Buster. And also, when he hovers up like that, you can still hit him without losing time. Alright, so one dive so far. Weird pattern. 2 dives, but that's honestly a pretty decent pattern. Ideally you want no dives, but he can give you up to 7, so 2 is not that big of a problem. So nice looking run through that level. Now she's getting into kind of the part of the run that I like to call the mid-game, where there isn't anything like super flashy or super like necessary to get, but it's a lot of platforming and a lot of execution. So we've got Flame Mammoth here. Nice top route.
Thank you. I learned it from a friend of mine.
So, yeah, this stage is just platforming. There's a lot of little minor optimizations that you can do by like dashing on the forwards moving conveyor belts, like you saw her do in the beginning of the stage. There's a heart tank and a sub tank in this stage. The trick to get the sub tank here is actually pretty cool. You aren't normally able to make the jump up to that left wall there, but if you use a charged ice platform, then the platform gives you like the little bit of extra height you need to make the jump. So one of the ways that doing Chameleon third is really useful in the run that isn't actually directly a time save is you get Charge C Sting to use through the levels like this, which there are strats that are basically no stop without Charge C Sting for other routes, but Charge C Sting is very easy, so it makes things a lot more consistent execution-wise. Flame Mammoth here. No major tricks to note. I'm an elephant!
I'm an elephant! When's the last time you've cut off his trunk, Tiki?
This time I cut off his trunk.
Yeah, because I didn't know you could do it till about a year ago.
I don't know. I think I probably whenever I found out you could, which was probably like 2014.
2014.
I did it once and I was like, okay, that's cool. Just never did it again. Okay, so now we're in the Penguin revisit. This is one of 2 stages that you have to revisit, because unfortunately you need the Fire Wave to get the heart here, but you also need the dash boots first, so it ends up being faster to get the dash boots and then revisit.
Gotta check our lives just to be sure.
Right, I think I think you should be okay.
Cool.
Yeah, 3. So 0 counts as a life in this game. So she's gonna eventually have to die 3 times.
This is a really good run, considering we spent like a lot of time doing C3.
Yeah, this is really clean actually. After that, which never compliment the speed run because the instant you say anything good, you're gonna mess. So actually, this run, I don't know about this run.
I don't know about this run.
But yeah, Spark Mandrill stage, again, pretty straightforward, but it is very difficult. There's a lot of platforming. This is going really smoothly, though. To get through that particular hallway without stopping is actually a pretty big... Like, you have to practice that quite a bit.
I didn't think I was ever going to get to a point where I could do it when I first started running.
Yeah, it's definitely like a big test of like runner's movement, and definitely if you're able to get through there consistently, no stop, that's like a sign that you're becoming a really good runner. Heart tank there, you can get it a little bit. So Clipper went for what's called the Paul heart. You can like just jump, shoot a boomerang and get it. But if you don't, no big deal. You can just wall climb and back it up. And really good rest of the stage there. Continuing to be a really solid run. So Spark Mandrill, he's weak to the shotgun ice. Every other hit is going to freeze him. You could make it so that every hit freezes him, but his freeze lasts longer than his iframes, so it ends up coming out to every other hit hitting him. Solid fight there. And now we're going to get into Armored Armadillo. Are you going to go for the grab there?
I am.
Okay. So another potential phantom grab opportunity is coming up. She's gonna need a drop from the bats, like on an overhang here that I'll point out, and she's gonna try to phantom grab the sub tank. And see how it goes.
Oh.
No drop, unfortunately. But yeah, basically the setup for that is you kill a bunch of bats with that boomerang, and then you walk off the ledge, and then turn around and slide down the wall on the frame, basically before the sub-tank spawns. Normally the sub-tank is behind the mole borer. You actually have 2 chances to get it, because you have to revisit this stage to get the Hadoken later on. So she'll go for it again there, and if she doesn't get it, then she'll have to walk behind the mole borer and get it, and overall, getting the grab is a save of about 6 seconds.
Missed the heart there.
Yeah, so she's also going to have to get the heart on that revisit next time too. But the heart, there's a no-stop way to get it, and people generally play it there isn't really that much of a need to play it safe ever to get that heart, because you have several chances in the revisit to get it again. So Armored Armadillo, the only bit of RNG here is the beginning. He will always start the fight by rolling, and he's invincible until he gets hit by a spark outside of a roll. And Clipper actually got some not-so-good RNG there. You want him to immediately break out of his roll, but he was stuck in it for a bit. But all things considered, this wasn't too bad of a pattern. Launch Octopus coming up. There are 4 mini-bosses here in this stage, actually. It's like the mini-boss gauntlet. So there's 2 like angler fishes, and then there's 2 Utuboros, which are like big water snakes. This is the first anglerfish. The strat is to kill the searchlight and then kill the thing. And the reason you want to kill the searchlight is because one of its patterns is to use the searchlight, and the searchlight causes like years and years of lag. Nice boat kill.
Thank you.
So that strat is kind of found by Zam, who's another really, really smart and really, really skilled Mega Man X runner. Normally, like what we would do before is go under the boat and use a charge tornado to kill it from under it. But with a pretty specific setup, you can kill it from the left with a normal tornado, and it actually reduces a lot of RNG. So we got through the rest of the mini-boss fights there. Just charge tornadoes kill both Utuboros. Kill the second one before you even see it. And now we're at the boss fight. Here, the points of RNG are whether or not he does like whirlpools. And so far it looks pretty good. Alright, no sucks.
Wow.
So that was a really solid fight. It can be pretty annoying if he whirlpools because it's like usually a 1 to 2 second time loss, depending on the timing of like when he does it. But here we didn't get any of those, so this was a really solid stage.
Yeah, too bad about that C3. This is definitely, I think, 35 pace.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, I think. I don't know, I feel like I haven't really made any huge mistakes.
Yeah, this is really solid so far. So now we're coming up on the Phantom Grab attempt number 2.
Ooh.
Nice! Got it. That's really, really good. So she's got the Phantom Grab here, so she doesn't have to like charge up a C-Sting and wait behind the mole borer to go manually get it. So that's a big deal. That's a really sick thing to get in the marathon run, honestly. And now she's gonna just get to the end of the level and die 3 times, so now would probably be a pretty good time for donations.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much. We've got a fair few to get through here that have been building up, so we can use this moment to use that indeed. So we have 2 $100 donations, both commentless, one from an anonymous donator, and the other one from Dylan Aylen. So thank you very much for those 2 donations first off. It's very, very kind. Huge amounts, so thank you so much. We have a $10 donation from Jeffy, saying, "Hope for a great run, Clipper. Your community is here supporting you. We love you." Thank you very much, Jeffy.
Thank you.
$25 from Runeborn, no comment. Thank you so much indeed. We have a $5 donation from Flame Mammoth going, "I'm an elephant!" Cranky Kong's long-lost relative, Stanky Kong, $40. Holy kabloomers, that's a neat trick. I think probably referencing the Phantom Grab on the heart, I think. We have a $10 donation from Emily saying, "Loved the Skies of Arcadia pre-show and love seeing women on streams. Thank you so much. Good luck to all runners." Thank you, Emily. And then lastly, a $25.69 donation, brilliant, from Flame Mammoth again saying, "Hi Clipper. I'm really glad I discovered your wonderful community. You've helped me and so many others through the challenges of last year by lifting our spirits during a dark and trying time. And now you're up there raising money for a great cause with your first ever solo marathon run. I know I speak for the whole community when I say we're amazingly proud of you, and you have truly earned your place among the great runners participating in ESA this week. Keep up the great work."
100% agree with that last comment, by the way.
Thank you, Tiki.
All right, so that was kind of the perfect amount of time. We're now at we're now here to get the Hadoken. The run, this is kind of the run's intermission. A lot of runners joke about basically falling asleep during during those visits, but they can actually be a little bit annoying and a little bit challenging, especially at this point in the run. If you're on pace, the nerves start to stack up a little bit. It's kind of just like a place where nerves sort of it's a breeding ground for them, that's for sure. So now we're in Sigma 1. She's taking a bunch of intentional damage here, because just like the intro stage, she's going to have to fight Vile and then take basically an intentional loss. So here, she wants to be under 6 health or under. So she's going to take some damage from this blue dude. Very solid execution. So here she's skipping a cutscene actually, and it's kind of a the floor is lava kind of deal in the room before this, which is why she jumped up the left wall and all the way over the floor without touching it. So basically the game is playing 2 cutscenes at once here, which for whatever reason allows you to like keep playing through the cutscenes. Yeah, they sort of both end here, and the skip saves... Honestly, I don't even... The skip is so old, it's been, like, in speedruns since, like, 2004.
Wow, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, so I honestly, like, don't even remember who discovered it or anything like that. I just remember watching, like, really old runs that included it. So, time save from it, I don't even know at this point.
I feel like I lose 15 seconds when I have clean movement and I don't get it. But
yeah,
what
that
do I know?
sounds right to me. I think that's about what I lose too. All right, so first half done. We just saw the Hadoken there. Used on Vile. Hadoken does 32 damage, so that's enough to one-shot basically every boss in the game except Wolf Sigma. Where he's actually immune to it, so it does 0 damage. Got him.
Got him. He tried to trick me, Tiki. He can teleport. Yeah, scary.
Yeah. So that one is basically, you just throw out a Hado at the beginning of the fight, and there's a small chance that he'll like teleport and dodge it. And there's like a fake out pattern, which Clipper got here, where he like stops and like pretends he's gonna teleport, but then he doesn't. And it's always a heart skipping a beat moment.
Nice. Two bars. Very nice.
Yeah, nice. 2 bars, no babies.
It's a good run. It's a really good run.
This is a really, really good run. Just everything's gone pretty smooth. Oh, go ahead.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, actually, okay, you know,
this run sucks.
Last time we complimented the speed run, you know, stuff started to happen. So okay, all right, you know, I don't know about this run. All right, so Sigma 2. From here on out, the game is just very much about executing Hadokens and executing minor movement sections between bosses.
Got him.
And so like while that might seem like trivial on its face, there's like a couple things at play. One is that some of the Hadokens are pretty tricky. And 2 is that, you know, this is close to the end of the run, so anything that applies to, you know, the end of any speedrun is going to apply here, where you got to execute. So Storm Eagle, dash forward, and Hadoken. The reason you have to dash forward is because he always starts by like that gust pattern. So if you just Hadoken immediately, you'll be blown off screen and the Hadoken won't hit. Rank the Bangda. The ideal situation here is Blue Eye, Red Eye, but the boss can give you Green Eyes, which don't move and are impossible to Hado. So, Green Eye first. Oh, Green Eye closed. That really sucks. But you know, it happens. So she's gonna have to use the Sea Sting, which is this boss's weakness, to kill all of the eyes, or both of the eyes and the nose. So pretty good fight, considering the RNG there. It's just unfortunate we didn't get a Hado off on the eyes, but there's really nothing you can do about that with this pattern. Alright, so Sigma 3 coming up. There's a skip at the very beginning. She's going to try to place an ice platform and zip herself into a door before the camera pans up. Very nice. So this is actually going to skip the Armored Armadillo fight. So she dashes straight through. Now this is the air Hadoken. She's going to lay a platform in the wall, do the Hadoken input, pause, switch to Buster, and then Hadoken. So, let's see. Very nice.
Got him.
That was really clean. Got
Thank
him. So yeah, that one. I don't know about other runners, but like whenever I'm here, that one just gives me a heart attack every time.
I don't think you're alone.
Yeah. But on paper, it's not that hard, but on pace, it's super hard. Okay. Mandrill, you throw out a Hado in the beginning, like she did there, and he can give 1 of 4 patterns. 2 are immediately going to get hit by the Hado. 1, that one where he jumps across, is you gotta dash under him and Hado again left. So that's the second worst pattern, but that's okay. It's not a big time loss whatsoever. And Clipper executed very well there. Launch Octopus, just fire a lemon to kill his first shot, and then Hado him when he touches the ground. That one's very straightforward. Coming up is Flame Mammoth, which should also be straightforward. You just dash under him when he jumps, and then Hado left. Or you dash jump left and Hado right. Either one.
I like how you go backwards for this Hado, Tiki.
Yeah, I think I'm the only one who does it because
I think you are too.
I think everybody finds it easier to do what you do, but for whatever reason, like I just mess it up more doing that. And okay, D-Rex, he's gonna dash, do the input, land on the bot. Okay. All right, good backup, good backup.
Thank you. I've struggled with that my entire D-Rust.
Yeah, yeah. Ideally, you can like land on the bottom platform like she did, and then Hado. Because you'll have like done the quarter circle forward input to get the Hado off on the way over there. But sometimes like you're either too late or you fire before you actually land, and then you get a lemon. But backing that up is not the end of the world. So we're coming up on the final gauntlet here. All of the like objectively hard stuff is over, but like this is still a place where you still do have to execute. And it is toward the end of the run, so we're gonna get a knockback shot there, and then a Hado. Very nice. Then we're gonna get an immediate Hado once this fight starts. Very nice. And now we're going to have to use the rolling shield on Wolf Sigma here, because you can't Hado this boss. So, this is going to take 16 shots. She's going to try to get up on the claw immediately. Very nice. And now, all you have to do is hold on for dear life, don't fall off this claw, and keep the heat on him. And time. Nice run. That was really solid. That was really solid. It was a great run.
Yeah, dying and game overing the C3 kind of shook the nerves.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But I mean, like that was, in my opinion, like a perfect showcase of like what an X1 Hundo run looks like.
Thank you. I'm happy with it. Other than the C3, thank you, Tiki. I appreciate you calming too, and thank you, ESA, for having me. My first ESA run, and I'm so thankful. Thank you.
You did a very, very good job. Thank you so much for performing. I mean, no matter how much, I think I speak for a lot of Mega Man X viewers out there when I say that no matter how many times we watch this game, it's always an impressive run to watch. So, and you made it look great. So, great, fantastic job.
Thank you.
Tiki, thank you for doing commentary as well. Always a pleasure to have your knowledge on board.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This was fun.
Excuse me, my stutter's coming through majorly. Any final thoughts, thanks, shout outs, anything you want to say before we head out now for the next run?
Not really. It's just an amazing game. It's very popular. I personally put it in top 5 Super Nintendo speedruns. We're always looking forward to seeing new people in the community. Join the Discord. Anybody in there is going to help you out and just shower you with love like they did me. I've been running this game for 2 years, and every part of my progression is due to somebody in the community, and it's just such a loving community that I'm thankful for. Also, Tiki's not able to stream lately just as much, but, give him a follow. He's a 34 runner. My PB's a 35-17, and he's just been killing it lately. I guess that's it. I just want to thank you again, ESA, for having me.
All right. Well, thank you so much indeed, Clipper, for the run. With that, though, we'll have to say, time to move on to our next run. So thank you again, and we will see you again soon, no doubt. So cheers again. Up next, we are going to be having... Oh, I think it's going to be... Crikey, is that Super Mario, I see? Wow, Super Mario 64. That is the end of my shift here on hosting duty right now. I will be passing the buck over to Mr. RoboSparkle. So if you might take a bit of time to hear the difference in our voices, but I assure you it is there. But yeah, don't go anywhere. Make sure to grab yourself a tea or a snack or whatever you need, and come back in a few minutes for the continuation of ESA Winter 2021. Reminder, of course, thanks to all of our sponsors, Twitch, ViewSonic Elite and Koei Tecmo Europe for helping the event be possible. If you are interested in donating towards the cause of the Alzheimer's Fonden, make sure to check the links either down below the stream or in the chat. Cheers, we'll see you in just a few minutes.